Hey guys, wow, this is not tilted the right way, is it? Let's adjust that a little bit. There we... It's another day with another, well, it's another month actually, and we've got some more game hauls. So let's get straight in with it because we found an interesting one. Firefighter FD18 on PlayStation 2. It looks fairly low budget, but it's hard to get. The most realistic firefighting experience ever in a video game. Well, does this mean this is going to essentially be that level in Universal Studios Tour on the GameCube where you're just putting out fires? Because I have a feeling it might be a game based on that. Can't say for sure though because no actual inlay with no inlay, got the inlay, no instructions. I am not awake today. But the game, however, is in fairly good condition. And it is from Konami in the era where they were still pretty good. I mean, Metal Gear Solid 2 had just come out and things like that. So I think they're alright. So we'll give it a try and see how it goes. But I do have one more. It's a very slow month. Like I said, things are going to start petering off because it's not possible to find stuff in the wild. And yes, Stu, 2UK keeps saying, do you not just order stuff online? Think, yeah, I do sometimes. But I like to find stuff in the wild. I like to be able to go in, just have a look at it, feel it, hold it, make sure it's okay before I get it. It's just one of those things. I like a tactile experience in my game purchases. Just how it is. I will end up having to order a few for the end of the collection now. I already know that. But for the moment, I'm enjoying it. And speaking of enjoying it, Super Mario 64 finally actually got a copy. It's been on my radar for a long time. They've had it down in the local CEX for like 4 months now. And I've been umming and ahhing. And I decided, no, I am actually going to get a copy because why not? So, Super Mario 64, yeah, straight away, the moment I loaded it up and found that the entire memory in the cartridge has been used up by the previous owner, I just thought, well, I'll give one that says a try. Straight into it. Loved it straight away. It's one of those games I know I'm going to enjoy, so I'm glad I finally picked a copy up. Oh, guys. I've got to keep the voice down because Jen's asleep. We've had people visiting for the entire weekend from Friday afternoon all the way through to Sunday afternoon, so she's knackered. I am exhausted. I've got work tomorrow. Thankfully she doesn't. Oh my goodness, I'm tired, but we did go out and have a look at things, so I've got a couple of things to talk about from different places. Let's get the bags out because they're noisy. So let's start off with some interesting stuff. I have no idea what this is, but for $5.99 from Cash Converters, STARFLIGHT. Like I say, not really sure what it is. It's a space. If I remember, I had a quick glance earlier on. It looked like some kind of space shooter. Yeah, back when EA was a symbol of something good that you wanted on your computer. So I'm going to enjoy that, I'm sure. It's not in the best condition ever. It's been well used, let's put it that way, ragged, basically. But I think it's going to be alright. Next up we have one that's going to need a proper clean. NBA Hang Time, again from Cash Converters. This one was $2.99, so not a bad price for where it is. Basketball game, looking forward to it. Like basketball, one of my favourites sports, basketball and ice hockey. I'm very much into that. Another one for the Disney Infinity set. We had to get this because it's the Lone Ranger toy set. So it's the 2 characters plus the place set crystal for the game, all in the proper box, which means that we now have an example of every single one of the styles of Disney Infinity. So we've got Series 1, which is what that is, Series 1 crystals, which have a slightly different box, Series 2 and Series 3. Which means that when we put the museum together, we can have a display and it'll show everything, which is what I want. That's what I wanted it all for. So that's what we were going for. And I'm really happy to actually have that. But that's not all. You know, I mentioned that it was going to be one of those situations where we thought we weren't going to be getting much. Well, turns out I wasn't too far off. We did, however, manage to pick up Gauntlet Dark Legacy, which I already thought I had. Looking up here, we have... Gauntlet 7 Sorrows. I thought I had both. I've seen this around before, but finally got a copy in great condition. This looks brilliant. With the manual, I mean, it's got a sticker on, but I can deal with that. So I'm very happy to add this to the set because I love Gauntlet. Absolutely love Gauntlet. And to have it in such good condition is a massive bonus to me. So I'm very, very happy with that. But that's not the only game because there was another. Finally got The Legend of Spyro Dawn of the Dragon. This is hard to get. I don't care what anyone says. I've been looking for this for 2.5 years. This is the first copy I have seen. Hard to get. Great condition. Absolutely great. The manual's here. Not the best condition. It's a bit ragged at the top. But it is here and that's what counts. So, finally get to say I've finished the Spyro set for the PlayStation 2. Don't have the originals. It's one of those situations. I don't have the original Spyros, don't have the original Crash Bandicoots, but PlayStation 2, yeah, got them all. Very happy. And then Jen wanted to, I'm pretty sure we got one of these already, but Jen wanted to pick up the Bourne trilogy on HD DVD, 50p each. I'm not going to say no to her. So, there was one other thing that I picked up, mainly because I've been umming and ahhing over it for a while, and I was told it was actually a lot of good fun. So, I decided I would give it a try. Starlink. Toys to Life game, but it's actually pretty good. It feels an awful lot like a cross between basically No Man's Sky and Elite Dangerous. But it's a Toys to Life game, so you can switch up your ships, the pilots, the weapons. Doing alright in it. I've got to the point where I have to fight a giant spaceship, a dreadnought, and I feel like the game is actively trying to stop me playing it at this point. So, how far through? Probably about halfway through the game, and the difficulty curve has gone from there is very little difficulty, and this is on, I'm playing it on hard mode, so you can understand. But there was no difficulty to it, and then all of a sudden it's like the game has just decided, nope, you're not going to be able to go any further. So that's annoyed me, and I really do feel like it's trying to push me to pick up the other stuff in order to continue playing, because apparently my weapons aren't great. But I've upgraded the weapons I've got. I bought extra weapons and extra pilots. I didn't go for extra trips. I probably will go for the ships because I like the look of them. They'll look nice on a display, but I feel like the game is trying to make me put in more, and I don't like that. So I don't know whether I'll go any further with it because it has actually angered me at this point. And it really is annoying because my character is level 12. I have got several weapons up with really high proficiencies. I've got extra modifications that are in it, and this makes sense if anyone's played an MMO. I've got epic level mods on my weapons and on my ship. I've got some unique mods on my ship as well. And my level 12 character can't finish a level 5 to 7 encounter because they're getting swarmed, which tells me one of two things. One, the game is severely unbalanced. The level balance on the missions is wrong, because a level 12 character shouldn't be having trouble with a 5 to 7 level encounter. Or two, the game is designed to stop you at certain points unless you add extras in. And either way, it's not a good situation. It's one of those two, and either way, it's not a good situation. Anyway, I've been enjoying it up to that point. I'll have a think about whether I even bother any further. That's the kind of issue I've got with this particular mission. But the game itself is beautiful. It plays really well. It's enjoyable. The storyline is great. I'm really enjoying it. But that's really put me off. So anyway, guys, what actually happened in the end with the Starlink stuff is that I did get into it quite a lot. I enjoy the game. It really does go in to try and push you to get extra stuff, which I don't like. But the rest of the game, it's typical Ubisoft. It's a lot of busy work, but there's a decent story there, and I was actually enjoying it quite a lot. So I've ended up with 3 different ships, a load of pilots, and some weapons. I'll end up getting the entire set because I like the ships. It's basically, the ships look like the craft from Wipeout, which I think is great. And it's got a decent enough No Man's Sky meets open world gaming meets standard Ubisoft game, basically. It's a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it so far, and I'll probably enjoy it right up until it's finished. So, that's not what I wanted to talk to you about right now, though, because I have just found something in pretty good condition, I mean, decent enough condition, decent enough for me, that I played when I hired it from a video shop back in about 93, 94. Am I right? Yeah, it'd be about 93, 94. And I played it on my Amstrad Mega PC. It was one of the early ones that I hired from a video shop. Enjoyed it a lot. Never finished it, but really enjoyed playing it. And I had a very distinct memory that stuck with me of a group of adventurers going into a cave. And that stuck with me all the time because I've never been able to finish the game or find it again. I hired it a couple of times, never finished it, never saw it again because the video shop changed its stock, which usually means that they sold off what they had, and I wasn't one of those lucky enough people to have the money or the time to go up and check and get it. So, I finally picked up Dungeons & Dragons Warriors of the Eternal Sun. This I've been looking for years. It's a decent quality copy. Apparently, this person bought it for $23.99. I've just paid $18 for it. I think I got a very good deal because it's a little bit grubby, but I can rub a wet wipe or something over it and clean it up a bit. And everything's here. But look at that manual. Yeah, that's an American-style manual. Sega Genesis and in book form, as opposed to the pamphlet style that we usually have. Where's an example that's got a manual in? I'll probably have just picked up one that doesn't. I have a feeling that I have. Nope. Yeah. The usual Mega Drive manual is that way. Horizontal. Landscape style. This one isn't. This is booklet style. So that's a bit odd. I don't know why it's got the Genesis manual. A lot of them don't. I've seen screenshots, I've seen photographs of people's sets, and it's standard Mega Drive style, so I don't know where this has come from, but it tells me what to do and not what all the stuff is, so yeah, I'm alright with this. Someone's marked it with their favourite spells, which is funny, and it's got an advert on the back for a hint book. I'm going to track the hint book down. I like this game. It got the Metacritic score for it's about 62%, which doesn't, in my view, doesn't reflect how good the game is. I like it. I had a lot of fun playing. I tried it out just now to make sure it worked because I was a bit worried when it said Sega Genesis on the manual that it might be a fake, but it's not. I've checked it all out. It's real. It just happens to have the Genesis manual. And because I put it in and checked it out and played it for a bit, I ended up just playing and playing and playing. So I've got a fair bit of footage now. You're not going to see much of it because I don't put a huge amount of footage into these videos, but I like to put some in so you can see the game running and see what it's like. I love it. I'm probably going to go and play it again now. I killed my party accidentally. I walked into a dungeon that was too high level for me, and every single member of the party died in like 2 rounds. If you don't know D&D, 2 rounds of combat isn't much. That's basically like a high-level character smacks a goblin with a sword, and the goblin was very, very lucky to dodge roll. You're not lucky twice, let's put it that way. Oh my goodness, I'm just getting into D&D now and geeking out. I'm going to go and play a game. Okay, and there is one last game, because there's always one last game, isn't there? This time it's courtesy of Jen, who found this in a CEX and thought, no, we don't have that, so we're going to have it. So thank you very much, Jen, because this game is great. Bombastic. Doesn't look like much from the cover, does it? Until you realise, oh, it's not even there. It's on the back. It's by Capcom. So you know it's going to be good, because this is good era Capcom. It's an interesting action puzzle platformer thing. Emphasis on the puzzle. Everything is here and it's in great condition. The whole thing's about lining up the sides of a die so that it matches with other dice, and then they explode, and it's really good. It's great fun. I enjoyed giving it a try when I made sure that it worked. So yeah, very, very good fun, and thank you so much for that, Jen. So, okay guys, I have one final thing to bring you up. Well, one final video, 2 things in it. Because I was out and about doing my work and came to a charity shop that has had some good stuff in the past. We've had the... just knocking everything over. We've had the Barcode Battler out of it, and a load of Xbox stuff and things like that. It's been very popular in that area, the Xbox, but... just lean down. It's been very popular in the area, that Xbox stuff. So, it's no surprise that Xbox 360 game was there for £1, N3 99 Nights. It's one I've been looking at in CEX for a while. This version has come from Game, and it's still got the sticker on the side, so I can hear the game in it. I've never opened it yet, so it's just one of those things that I think someone's bought it, probably in a deal, and they haven't played it. They've, like, you know, they get those buy two, get one free deals, and maybe you buy a couple of games and forget that you've got the third one that you picked up just to fill out the deal, that kind of thing. I've done that before. There was a game, Space Race, on PlayStation 2. I got it because it was 5 for 20 quid and I wanted 4 games. So I grabbed that one because I had Donald Duck on the cover. And forgot I had it for quite a while. The same thing with Frank Herbert's Dune in a 3 for 15 quid deal or something like that back in the day when the PlayStation 2 was still the console on the way out. So let's open this up and see what's in it. Because I've had my eye on this. I don't really know where it is. I think it's, yeah, it's one of those large battle Dynasty Warriors style games based on the screenshots anyway. So let's have a look inside. Yeah, it's all here. And for £1 in a charity shop, I'm going to give it a try. I've wanted to pick it up for a while and haven't got round to it, so I'm happy to pick that up. But that is not what is really, really good for this, because, like guys, I'm just seeing them red. It's really warm around. What I found in that same charity shop, on a shelf with some, what was it, jigsaw puzzles, so you know that they really didn't know what they've got, and they really didn't know what they've got, was this, the N-Joypad. Now, you might be looking at this and thinking, why have you bought a box of tat from one of those things, you know, those pop station style LCD games that try to pretend to be consoles? I expected it to be one of those. I expected this to be a bit iffy. But when you look at the games, these look pretty detailed and quite interesting. And there's a reason for that. This is a Famiclone. But it's a special type of Famiclone that's got about 59 pirated, slightly ROM-hacked versions of Nintendo Famicom games on it. Stuff like Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Galaxian, things like that. Stuff that actually is a lot of fun. So I picked this up for £2.50, and it's a ridiculous system because, oops, I'm knocking everything all over today. As you can see from the back, it's presented to be a CD-based console, but it's not. I'll show you. I had this plugged in because I've been playing with it. This is the console. It's cheap plastic. It's actually in really good condition for what I've got here. So let's open it up. And it looks like it's got a CD in, but it hasn't. The CD is just a plastic disc. The console has these 3 buttons. And which of these, or the combinations of these that are pushed down, tells it which of the 3 ROMs that are in it, it should load. So basically you put that one in, the big one, and when you close the disc, it presses down all 3 buttons, so it loads the 3rd ROM. That's how it's selecting which of its multi-carts to load into a Nintendo on a chip. This is actually a high-powered Famiclone, and it's really good fun. The joyspads and the console itself are really cheap, lightweight plastic, but it works. And I've had an awful lot of fun playing Not Donkey Kong Honest and things like that on it. I'm having a lot of fun with this. So for £2.50, I think I've done really well. I'm really pleased with this. I'm wondering if I can find another one and modify it so it can read some other ROMs, like stuff from an SD card or something like that. Might be an electronics project if I can get another or a similar thing and see what I can do with it. But for the moment, I'm really happy with that because it's pretty good. It outputs to standard composite RCA things on the back. It's battery powered by 4 AA batteries. It's cheap, it's lightweight, it's really portable, 2-player, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. Anyway, that really is all we've got for this one. It's been a mega one because it's 2 months, and that is an example of just how hard it is to find stuff now. Now that I'm getting up to almost 75%, we're so close to 75% of the PS2 set completed, and it's just one of those things. There's so much out there that I still need to complete this PS2 set that I've got here. Loving this stuff. PlayStation is definitely the console that keeps on giving in terms of games and cool stuff, but it's not the only stuff out there. I am enjoying the collecting still, very happy to continue. So, Hopefully I'll see you next month, but it might be 2 months. We don't know. It's slowing down. That's just the issue. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you did like this, and if you did, remember to click that like button. Share it with your friends so they'll know some good games when they see them, and do subscribe for future videos because there will be more in the future. But until next time, I've been Zoe Kirk-Robinson. You've been watching a games pickup video on the Game Hammer channel on Knobmouse, and I'll see you later. If you liked today's video, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Thank you.